everyone! Hello! Aloha! This is my first vlog and welcome to my channel. This is John. My name is John. I'm sorry. My John. Today everyone, I have a story review. I have chosen a story that best represents societal lapses, gaps, and just societal issues in general. But before anything else, I would like to introduce to you my visitors. We have in the right here, Miss Aguinaldo.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
And I have also another one, Miss Aguinaldo also, but
Hi. Yeah, we're Miss Aguinaldo's.
they are both Miss Aguinaldo.
But we are not sisters by blood. We are sisters by heart.
Okay guys, I have chosen My Father Goes to Court, written by Carlos Bulusan.
Yeah.
But before we go dig deeper with this story, let's talk about Carlos Bulusan first. Okay, I have here Miss Jack to
Hi.
share about basic information about the author of the story.
Okay, so our author is Carlos Sampayan Bulusan. So Carlos Sampayan Bulusan was born on November 24, 1913 and died on September 11, 1956 at the age of 46. So he is an English and Filipino novelist and poet who spent most of his days at the United States of America. So aside from being a writer, he was also a labor union organizer. So let me share with you some of Carlos Bulusan's most famous literary pieces aside from My Father Goes to Court. So we have here America is in the Heart, The Laughter of My Father, The Cry and the Dedication, My Father's Tragedy, The Romance of Magno Robio, and If You Want to Know What We Are. So most of his works typically tackles about family, but most importantly, the function or the role of the father in a family. Imagine, Carlos Bulusan spent most of his life in the US, but is still trying to reflect the Filipino culture in his literary pieces.
But most importantly and above anything else, he has the same birthday as mine. So that makes me brilliant as well.
So perhaps you also have the mind of a writer as good as Carlos Bulusan.
I beg to agree. But yes.
So can I be a Carlos
Okay.
Bulusan? Hindi parmin.
Okay, so John, what can you say if you are going to talk to Carlos Bulusan right now? What are you gonna tell him?
Who are you? On a serious note, I will ask him why he always chooses a father as his main character in his story.
So for you, Jackie, why do you think he always chooses a father in his stories?
Well, given the circumstances and during those times when he was born, like 1950s, 1940s, during those times it had always been the tradition, it had always been the culture and the value of a Filipino family that the father is the head of the family. He is the one who is responsible for the finances, for the what do you call that one? The disciplining of the children. Basically, the father is like the strongest person in the family. So I think that maybe he had a great father or maybe not, but I think that his father played a significant role in his life. That's why he always imparted that father figure in his stories, whatever may be.
So okay guys, let's proceed to the main story of the My Father Goes to Court. Okay, so basically, there are two families here, which is the poor and the rich. So here are the poor. Poor.
Okay,
You're poor here.
the poor family, guys, they came from the rural areas. They suffered typhoon, which made them relocate into this location. And they unfortunately had a neighbor, which is the rich family.
Okay, so for the rich family, for the rich family, well, they have everything. They can finance their wants and their needs. However, this rich family often isolates themselves and do not want to interact, especially to the poor family.
Oh. So guys, since there's two family, which is the rich and the poor, so there is a gap between them. So let's hear more information about the poor.
Okay, the poor family, they don't really have enough, but they are happy. They joke around like the pregnancy of a child of their daughter, and then they also caught fire during those times. But you know, they took life very simple, simple, but they're always happy. They don't have enough money, but they're healthy as well. Unlike the rich family, they always go out to play under the sun. Unlike again the rich family, because they don't do it. Okay.
Okay, whereas for the rich family, even though they can finance their needs and wants, the family of the rich has become pale and sick. So because of that, they can observe that the poor family is very, very happy, even if they have very less. They started to lock out themselves and have decided not to go out.
Then one day, the father of the rich family sued the poor family because allegedly they're stealing the food by inhaling the fruit nutrients. Okay, the nutrients. So afterwards, the father of the poor family was called to court to defend himself against the allegation of stealing.
Okay, so during the trial of the case, the poor family entered. They were so healthy, and then after they entered, before they entered, the rich family was already sitting there looking pale and very sickly. Afterwards, the judge called the poor family, and the father was represented himself without a lawyer. The father told the judge that he explained that why are we stealing the food? How come? And they were always locked up. Then the rich family told them that no, you are not literally stealing the food, but they are inhaling the goodness, the savor of the
Nutrients.
food. So okay, after that, the father had this container where he asked all his children to put some coins. And then the children put the coins in the container, and then everyone was wondering why is he doing that. And then the father went in this like further area of the court, and then he started to like shoo some coins all over the floor, and then they were like, why is he doing that? And then he was called in front and asked, why are you doing that? And then he said, have you heard the sound of the coins? So basically that's how he repaid. Because you know, it's a logic that, you know, we are just smelling the savor of the food and you want us to pay, then we will pay you by the sound of the coins. So
Okay, so it's like we took you something through your senses, which is smelling, and then we will pay you through using your sense, which is the sense of hearing.
So that's the story, guys.
Yeah, that's the story.
That's the story. So now let's proceed to the moral of the
Did you
story.
enjoy the story?
Yes, for me, I enjoyed.
Yeah, I also enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
me too.
So the moral of the story for me is just enjoy life. That's it. How about you?
Okay, as for me, it is very amazing in the story that, for once, the poor outsmarted the rich.
Yeah.
Because typically, when it comes to rich, they are always viewed as someone who is smart, who has everything, who always wins. But this time, because of the sarcasm of the ending of the story, it seems like we need to applaud the poor family for repaying in such a very brilliant way in which no rich family can think of. Diva?
That's right.
Can I pay you also with these sounds?
I will treat you through using the sound of ATM machine.
For me, the moral of the story is that you don't need to have too much, or you don't need to be wealthy. You don't need to have so much money. As long as you are happy, as long as you are doing what you love, as long as you have your family with you, as long as
You have me.
And me.
Okay, and Nympha, Andy, there. Okay, as long as you have the most important people in your family, you will be happy regardless of how much you have. It's what you do with the people that you love. you have everything. I think that is, you know, the typical poor and rich vibe of everything.
But you know, guys, even me, if I don't have money, as long as I have you both,
Aww.
and also the director, our dear, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this story. Okay, so let me share little information about my childhood. Childhood. Okay, so I was raised also by my lola in Pagudpud, and I enjoyed the little things like playing outside, going to the beach, playing with poor and rich kids. So that's it, guys. You don't need to be poor or rich to enjoy your life. Okay, so now that I'm a grown man, okay, I realized that the most important thing in life is to be contented, be happy with simple things, and value your family. So I hope you guys enjoy my first vlog. So, guys, thank you for
Bye!